start the recording now. We are talking to MBA regular course, 17th of August 2021. Okay, so this is the content we have done till now. Okay, and we will be doing. The session plan is like what we will be doing next week. That's the primary thing. So if you go here, this is what we aim to do. Okay, between this to this, probability and lower here. A1, A2, A3. If you just go up, their assignments, as we will talked about, and then you have books B1, B2, B3, B4, 5. You have references. Okay, and in the topics, I have listed the abbreviation of the text from which I have taken this. Okay? Everybody clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Now what we have to see is like we will go and discuss probability onwards. So you can see I have described this heading wise. Okay, heading 1 has been done. Heading 1, 2. Now we will discuss these things. Okay, these things. And I will keep on updating here only. Yeah. How do I see the list of topics? Vipin. Vipin is there?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Everything clear this time? Till this time?
Yes.
What is this standardized function? What is standardized function? Vipin?
Standardized.
Okay, anyways, I am warned earlier on Friday that if you don't raise doubts, I won't be doing it. And if you raise doubts, I will immediately ask. You said lesson plan is not there, I put the lesson plan. Okay, anyways. So no problem with him, it's up to you. Don't be sorry. Anyways, no problem. Okay, let's talk about probability. So we have probability के लिए just we go here P1. So P1 is PPT1. If you see in the folder, you go to reference in books. P1 is a PPT. Okay, so that is what I've done. Yeah. Okay. So most of you might have done probability themselves somewhere the other time. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so most of you understand all this on your own. Just a second. Yeah. So it is likelihood of event happening. Okay. So if it heads or tails, it is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 because we have two events, two sample spaces and one possible event. Okay. Anyways, this is what you have to understand. Basic outcome, sample space, event, randomization. This is what will get repeated again and again and again and again. Okay. Hello. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
What
Yes, sir.
is the
Yes,
difference between sample space and basic outcome?
So basic outcome is a subset of sample space.
Great. Go ahead. What is the difference?
So, for example, if you toss a coin, the sample space will be sir like head and tail. But sir, basic outcome might be head or a tail, sir.
Yeah. Great. So let's put it another way. If I'm rolling a dice and I say what is the probability of getting an even number. So what is my basic outcome and what is the sample space? The person who answered, please don't answer, somebody else answers. Yeah, Devrupa Das.
Yes, I am audible.
Yeah, so I am trying to find probability of an even number on a dice of 6 faces. What is my sample space and what is my basic outcome?
The sample space will be 2, 4, 6, and the basic outcome can be one of those.
Okay, the person who just answered, is she what you were trying to say?
Sir, she is wrong somewhere, sir.
She is wrong in some way that she is a basic sample as basic outcome as sample space and sample space
Yes, sir.
basic outcome. Okay, so she has done a crisscross. Anyways, okay, so this is the main thing. You have to understand this and we will gradually see how important it is to understand this, why it is important to understand this. Okay, I will come to that. So this is again A and B are two events in a sample space S. Okay, and then we try to find intersection of the outcomes. Okay, is that fine?
So can you give an example for this?
Very simple.
Rolling a die and multiples of 3 or in even number, then 6 will be an intersection B.
Yeah, that's fine. A is multiple of 3 and B is even number. So in first case the sample space is 3 and 6. In the what is that? Set of outcomes, basic outcomes. And in case
So, but that will be two random experiments, na? We are talking about only single random experiment where there is intersection of events.
बाबा यही तो मेन चीज है. What is a random experiment?
An experiment where all the sample outcomes.
जो आप कह रहे हो वो इवेंट है, ध्यान से देखो नीचे. Any subset of basic outcomes from a sample space. So those are two different events. One event is getting, okay. Now we will not go in that detail because फिर experiment की definition में हम लोग question करेंगे, ठीक है?
Okay.
But that's an event. Now you can say, what is an event? Event is like every time I throw a dice, is that an event? or is there an experiment? So it depends how you define experiment. Suppose you say in the experiment consists of 50 trials. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So now those 50 trials actually are 50 events. Okay?
Yes.
But experiment is one. Or in many cases you can have one event per experiment. That's also fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead. This is very important. If there is no mutually exclusive, they are not mutually exclusive, we cannot find out an intersection between them. And this is union of two events. Okay, अब ये सब clear हो जाएगा required example. Okay, complement we know. Venn diagram तो पढ़ा ही होगा ना सबने, मतलब पढ़ाया ही होगा आपको most probably. You must have studied Venn diagram. Yeah, please understand this. A is a basic outcome of event or experiment or event A, and B is a event B. Okay, and then A and B are not mutually exclusive. Okay. A be the event of number being rolled, and B being at least the number is 4 times. Okay. Now this is very important. Till now we were just talking of permutation combination. Now we come to the actual number. So probability is the likelihood of the event happening given from the sample events which we have. Okay. If it is 0, it means it is impossible. If it is 1, it means dead sure. And 0.5 means 100 tries. If we do 50% try, we were likelihood to get this, and 50% likelihood to that. This means failure, success or failure. Okay. Do you understand this? Hello? ये मत कहना बाद में, there are lots of non-engineers. Every step I am asking you. Okay? Everybody understands this?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
No, sir.
Chirag Gauba.
Sir, GAUBA.
And how do I say it? GAUB every time. Anyways, Chirag, are you a new admission?
No, sir. So, like, I got admission a bit late, like on for 1st of August, and my classes start from 3rd. On that day,
August?
will be late, sir.
Okay. So do you
Yes.
think,
When?
were you present last week?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was present.
Do you think we discussed this concept last week?
I don't think, sir. So this was discussed.
Anyone else has memories? Did we discuss this concept last week? Not
Yes, sir.
probably.
While
Yes.
doing the binomial expansion,
During that binomial expansion. So Chirag, recordings are for that purpose. Anyway. Chirag?
So you are not available.
Yeah, wait. Chirag, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Just wiki it right now and try to understand. I will not do it for the class. I'm giving you 1 minute. Then we will figure out.
Okay, sir.
By the time class, please understand, remember this. We will use this now in given time. Yeah, Chirag, have you understood
Yes, sir.
what is MCK? Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. The board is inverted.
The board
Yes,
is
sir.
inverted. Okay, please see the camera, don't see the screen. You pin the यार ये क्या है कभी inverted आता है कभी सीधा आता है Now is it fine? No.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. The camera is.
Yes, sir.
Fine, sir. Sir, a dialog box is appearing on the screen. Which had
View the
board.
camera, Vivek. View the camera, not the presentation.
Hello, share the screen or उसमें फर्क है. Anyways, I am doing this because I am recording, so I have to share between camera and that. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so उल्टा ही आता है यार हमेशा.
So can you make it a bit down?
Yeah, wait. I have to consciously mirror it. Okay, so suppose let's say there is an event. Okay, you have 10% success chances, and obviously if you fail you have 90% chances. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and this is say result of one trial. Okay, is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Now I do 8 trials. I want to know probability of 3 successful trials. How do we go ahead?
So for one it will be like 1/10.
For 1 it will be 1/10. Okay.
So I guess we will multiply like 1/10 into 1/10.
हाँ तो tell me ना 1/10 what? 1/10 power
Sir, raised to power 3.
Yeah. And
Sir, this is for the 3 successful events. And sir, I guess like we will also count the failures.
you will also
Count the failures.
Madhav, say that na.
Sir, I'm not sure about that. Like how?
I'm not evaluating
There is
right
a
now.
9 by 10. So 9 by 10 will be the failure. So
9 by 10 what?
raised to power 3 again.
3.
I guess sir. I'm not sure.
I guess. Anyone else?
So raised to power 5.
Raised to power 5. Anybody else?
So, but at one point of time, it can only be successful or a failure. So,
Can you repeat that?
so I'm saying at one point of time, it can be a successful trial or an unsuccessful trial. Like
It can be trial or?
like it will be successful or a failure for us at one point of time.
Yeah.
So I don't know like what will be the power. I'm not sure about that for failure.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Sir, it will be 1 by 10 to the power 3, 9 by 10 to the power 5 in a divided by
Whole divided by?
sir, 9 by 10 to the power 8 into 1 by 10 to the power 1 into 9 by 10 to the power 7
1 minute, 10 to power 8 then?
into 1 by 10 to the power 1 into 9 by 10 to the power 7 and 1 by 10 to the power 2, 9 by 10 to the power 6 9 by 10 to the power 5, sir, and it will be into, sir.
Fine.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir, last it will be 9 by 10 to the power 5 also.
8, 7, 5.
Yes, sir. And sir, 8, then 1, 7 together, 2, 6 together, and 3, 5 together.
Everything is multiply, na?
Yes, sir.
So
Total 8 trials will be there. So either 9 trial, out of that, all the trials may be a failure. 1 may be success, 7 may be failures, 2 may be success, 6 may be failures, or 5 may be success, 3 may be failures.
I think it must be 8C3 into 1 by 10 to the power 3 into 9 by 10 to the power 5.
ये 8C3 क्या है भाई? ये कहाँ से आ गया?
Sir, choosing which trial will arranging these successes and failures taken 3 at a time.
Okay, I'm wiping this off because this seems to be off the track, and we will come back if we are wrong. Okay, and he is right. Yeah, okay. ये समझ में आया किसी को ये क्या हो रहा है?
Yes sir, got it. Sir 3 successful है तो सर से like हमें 3 successful का निकालना है. तो सर 5 successful होंगे. And sir unsuccessful की 9 by 10 है तो that will be raised to the power 5.
Now you will understand independent event and exclusive event. These are 8 events, 8 trials.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's say these are the 3 successful ones. ठीक है, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the probability of this? Are they independent event or what?
Sir, independent, I guess.
Independent.
You have to understand, we said independent means A intersection B is 0.
Yes, sir, it will be independent. Yes, sir.
Now what is our B? Our B is 1 minus A or A complement.
Yes, sir.
So A and A complement intersection is 0. Okay. Now the point is, if it is 0, these are independent events. So what's the probability of this? That 8 trials had happened and 3 successes are there.
3 by 8.
3 by 8. How come? What is 3 by 8? How come 3 by 8 is there? आपको अभी इवेंट समझ में नहीं आया? ये 3 by 8 एक इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी है. सैंपल स्पेस क्या है? क्या 8 सैंपल स्पेस है बताइए? What are the 8 sample spaces?
Sir, is it 8 C3 upon में 8 factorial?
I am just talking of this. I am not talking of this right now. I am just talking of this. You have 8 trials. In this way, you have got second success, fourth success, fifth success. ठीक है? Now the question is how many? What's the probability? He is saying 3 by 8. What's wrong in this?
So we have to choose 3 spaces out of these 8.
There are.
So there are total 8 spaces and we have to choose 3 spaces. So this is not the right way. It will be 3 factorial by 3 factorial into 5 factorial.
एक मिनट, क्या बोला आपने? 3 factorial into
3 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 8. चल ऊपर में ऐसी चीज़.
this one.
Yes.
मतलब NC 8 कह रहे हैं आप? नहीं, मतलब 3 कह रहे हैं. 3 factorial. How come 3 factorial it is there?
The 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3. Sorry.
नहीं, I understand.
It should be 8 factorial ना numerator.
Yes.
अच्छा तो भाई ये क्या हुआ?
Sir, may I?
हाँ, everybody can try. What is this? What is this?
Sir.
I am asking not probability. What is this? 8 C3. What is this? ये probability less than 1 तो है ही नहीं, तो probability तो हो नहीं सकता, तो ये क्या है?
Sir, number of ways we can choose 3 objects
Sir,
out of 8 objects.
Sir, the answer should be 1 upon 8 C3.
1 upon 8 C3. देखा, इतना सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. There are multiple answers. Therefore, you have to understand events, sample space, basic outcome. Okay. Now, when I am talking of this probability, actually I have given you for a particular event basic by sample space. Do you understand this?
Sir, below, sir.
Okay, sorry. When I am saying it is 10%, it actually means I have already given you basic by sample. Understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
जब मैंने आपको जब ये दे दिया है, now there is no question of calculating sample again.
Yes.
समझ रहे हैं ये बात? When I say it is 10%,
Yes,
I
sir.
have already given you the ratio of basic outcome by sample outcome. यहाँ पर basic outcome 3 नहीं है. This is already given. These are 8 different experiments. or 8 different events. We will not go in that because one experiment can be having multiple events. Let's not go in that. Okay, please understand this. Okay, fine.
So, sir, then further process will be 1 by 9.
Further process means
We have to calculate the probability here, no?
no, I am first of all telling those who said 8 by 3. So you have to understand probability, or those who are saying 1 by something something. Probability is basic outcomes by sample outcomes. वो मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है, ठीक है? Therefore, please do not go by 3 by 8 or 8 by this and that. Now, we have to understand this. What does this dot mean? This means event 1 happened and event 2 happened and event 3 happened and event 4 happened Is this fine? This is what we say. This was failure and this was success and this was failure and this was success and this was success and this was failure and this was failure and this was failure. Now, what does the probability of this becomes? What is the probability of this event?
So 1 by 10.
1 by 8.
9 by 10.
Because this is a failure.
9 by 10. Yes, sir, 9 by 10.
What is the probability of this event?
So 1 by 10.
1 by 10.
1 by 10.
Okay?
So it will be 1 by 10.
So we wrote 1 by 3 there.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, we also talked of union.
Yes, sir.
And union means plus.
Yes, sir.
So what will we add on this? इसका आंसर आपके सामने है. What will we add on this? Here event was.
It will be 1, sir.
Here the event was one event, second event, third event, fourth. These were events. Okay. Now tell me.
Sir, as the event can be either successful or failure. So,
Can
sir,
you repeat
we will
that?
add it. Sir, either the event will be successful or failure. So if we will add both of them, then sir, it will become 1. Answer will be 1.
Okay.
Sir, basically what we will do is we will arrange these events. There are 3 probabilities of winning, right? So we will arrange this event in all possible ways, and there are total 56 ways in which we can arrange.
Okay. Now, either this might happen as an experiment which has n trials. This experiment might happen, or this experiment might happen. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So now we will add probability of this experiment plus probability of this experiment.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, we also have this. This is also an experiment which is satisfying our condition.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In this way, how many experiments we will have?
863.
Anyone else?
8 से 3 sir, 56 total.
So now we will say, how do we know? So we say, actually what we are doing, we are trying to understand how do we arrange three things among 8 where order does not matter. It becomes 8C3. So this is added 8C3 times, which means we multiply it by 8C3. So this was an answer जो किसने दे तो दिया, लेकिन what was the rationale behind it was difficult to explain. So here we have seen intersection, we have seen union, we have seen complement. Okay, everything we have seen in one experiment.
How complement?
Complement is simple. We said A union B is 0 because B is failure of A.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay? Because
Yes, sir.
B is failure of A, therefore we say A union B is this way is 0. Considering this as complete A, then we have a B, then we have a C, then we have a D, which is combination of that. Hence we have 8C3.
So sir, it will only be used in the classical probability only.
What is classical probability?
So the slide above it is written there.
No, it's written there, that's fine. But what is classical probability? I have not gone through that slide. I just freeze at this one. That slide is the right one. Matlab, it will be there. Next slide. But my question is simple. You understand this. Therefore, this was also used. Okay. Now, let's come to this. I'm not going slide by slide. If suppose I say P is the probability of success and Q is the probability of failure, okay, like we had. Let's put it another way, guys. Let us not put plus. We have P as a probability of passing or success or fail. Okay? So what we did, if we do n trials, the probability that it might be successful R times is NCR, PR, Qn minus R. Is this what we discussed? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if I say to you, what does it mean? What does this mean? What is this?
Summation of all the trials possibilities.
Not all trials. If this is PR, then if this is PR, I am saying summation PR R equal to 0 to N. What does
Sir,
this
it
mean?
represents 1 time success, then summation 2 times success, then 3 times, then n times.
So summation of all successes, summation of all events. Because either या तो एक बार भी सक्सेस नहीं होगा, या एक बार सक्सेस होगा, या 2 बार होगा, या सारी बार होगा. Sum of all events. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
अब ये फॉर्मूला इसको बायनोमियली आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करिए तो क्या बनेगा? We talked about binomial. What does it become? लिखा हुआ है साथ में. What does this become? This is not divide, this is just to tell you. What does this become? कोई तो बोलो यार.
Binomial distribution.
The summation of all terms of p
Binomial
plus q
distribution.
Now
power
what does it become? ये क्या है?
Binomial distribution.
तो फुल बोलो ना पूरा फॉर्म.
the p plus q whole power n.
बस खत्म बात, इतना ही तो बोलना था. What is p plus q?
1.
1.
So, as we said earlier also, sum of all probabilities, all i's is equal to 1. We are also saying summation of all events equal to 1. So this also again testifies if you have a probability of a trial with success p, failure with q. If you do n trials, you want to know what is the success of what is the probability that r trials will be successful. This is the formula. Now we want to say let us test it. So we tested it, we added 0, we added 1, we added 2, we added summation of all such probabilities, which becomes all events. It should come as 1 and it is coming as 1. That is I wanted to tell you. Any doubt? This is linked here, I have written here for this purpose. पढ़ने में नहीं आ रहा होगा, लेकिन इसको हिंट मिल गया होगा तो कर लेगा. Getting it?
So you have written once that you have erased that summation of p bracket r. What does that denote?
Probability of getting r successes in n trials with p as a success rate. Got it?
Okay, sir.
What I wanted to say summation of pi. So summation of pi क्या है यहाँ पर I तो क्या vary कर रहा है r. So p0 plus p1 plus p2 plus p3. Okay. If you keep on adding them, they all should become 1. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is ultimately what it is. If you add p0, p1, p2 till pn. So this is union of any experiment, union of all events. You have to remember which I told you earlier. Summation pi is equal to 1 is equal to 1 and summation pi xi is equal to mu. Okay, and then we said integration xx fx dx is equal to mu. So ये सब related है. There also probability of all events was 1. Here also probability of one event. If this is true, then this is true. If this is not true, then we cannot say this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
देखो भाई, I am repeating multiple times, recording now, lectures also, मतलब books are also there. इसके बाद भी आप कहोगे कि सर you are teaching to a non-science graduate. Yes, I am teaching, but if you keep on continuing to act like a non-science graduate, then I can't do anything. And I am still sure many people will not understand, but they are not raising their voice, so I am not concerned. Okay? I have told you earlier, your group will be there for you for 2 years or maximum 5 years, some of you for a lifetime maybe, only some of you, but most of you won't talk after 6 years. Until unless there is some urgency. So it's better you try to get yourself clear and try to utilize your own time. Okay? So I will stop my camera. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
अभी तो इतना ही है. We will discuss it tomorrow. वैसे बेसिक चीजें करेंगे, ठीक है?
Thank you,
We
sir.
meet tomorrow. अरे दविश्मान